Today is Monday, February 27th, 2017. It's episode 26 of Maelstrom Radio.
Maelstrom Radio. With your hosts, Flatus and Shinder.
And welcome everybody to Maelstrom Radio. My name is Flatus, and with me, my Canadian co-host Shin. I don't know why I had to call you out as Canadian. That didn't really make a difference. Nothing? You got nothing to say? Oh, look at me. I had everything ready besides that damn current topic. I can change that.
I'm also trying to listen to for our audio quality to see it. We're going to have to get on this a little bit more.
Is it? Don't tell me it's bad, because I will restart this bitch.
We did that last week. We can't do it 2 weeks in a row.
Is it bad, though?
It doesn't sound too bad, and Rubicon Vale in chat says that audio seems okay.
All right.
You'll have to listen to it after the show, and we can readjust.
Okay, good. As long as people can hear me and I'm loud and they can hear you.
The audio levels sound good.
Okay. I'm about to openly weep on air. Just crying to my hands. How's it going, buddy?
It's been kind of a weird, busy week, or weekend rather. I kind of redid all of this. You can't tell because the background's still kind of grayish, and it was before it was a blue. But I redid the entire office. I have a new desk and everything, so we'll have a better podcasting setup on my end. My end soon.
Yes. And you may be upgrading your PC soon as well.
Soon as in the next couple weeks, probably not, but soon as in like the next couple months for sure.
Yep, I'm down. It's all gravy.
To be fair, my computer is not terribly underpowered, but it's also 4 years old.
True. I mean, it's fine for Final Fantasy right now. I don't know what's going on with
It's more than enough for podcasting. Pretty sure I don't need a 1080 in my system for podcasting.
No. Can't. Are
Has
you trying to
your system at all for podcasting?
Have you trying to allude to what I did this weekend?
You did it just for stream, right?
I did it for a lot of things. It helped my monitor. I'm telling, when you get 90 FPS on 144 hertz at 1 millisecond refresh rate at 1440p, and if you ever see Final Fantasy at max settings at that level of quality, I don't.
Sad that you're only playing Final Fantasy.
Oh no, I loaded up Titanfall 2 the other day. I was playing that. I loaded up Diablo. Diablo renders higher, then comes back down lower. It looked gorgeous. Diablo 2 looked really nice. Overwatch looked amazing. I'm drinking a Shamrock Shake. It's all coming up Flatus. I don't know what's going on. What?
We're still in February, right?
It was a chocolate Shamrock Shake. It's chocolate mint. It's so good. It's so good. I'm sorry.
I'm a little jealous right now.
You should be.
I really kind of want that.
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
And now that we're like 20 minutes late from our show and we had audio issues and I had a little bit delay in cooking issues and
He's gonna kill me. So I figured out I may have figured out, so you know, a little background story. I was trying to figure out a way so Shin could hear our intro, even though if it's not the best quality, at least hear it so you understand. He knows when to. Oh, I know that I shouldn't say anything because it's our intro, or oh, cool, it's our outro, so I know I can start wrapping things up, or we're cool, and I know when I can say we could talk because the show's off the air. So I figured out a way to loop that in, but it also gave me power to a soundboard, and he hates the soundboard.
I'm not personally against soundboards, but in like 99% of the times that I've ever seen a soundboard used, it always ends poorly.
Yeah, well, I mean, I got one of the best things on the board ever. I mean,
he has promised not to put the sloppy sounds on there.
I did. I made a promise that sloppy would not end up on that board, but I did put this on because just in case anyone gets really pissy about the game.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
I mean, you hate that.
I'm more disappointed, but actually it's more of I've heard that so many times while we're testing audio now. It's just kind of desensitizing.
Yeah, it is a little bit, huh? Don't worry. I got really good at soundboard use when we did other podcasts.
Anyways, and if you want to hear more about the soundboard, or if you want to hear all the testing for the soundboard, where can they find us?
At twitch.tv/Maelstrom Radio. Also, if you want to be just bombarded with this stupid crap every week, or every day, you could probably join us on Famfrit and join our group on Famfrit called Garuda Gang, which is our servers are Famfrit. Garuda Gang's the guild. GG, come find us. And Real Chili says praise lava. Wait, Real Chili? Hold on a second, Chili. There's two chilies. There's real, I know Chili, the other Chili, but this is Real Chili. So was other Chili fake Chili? Robo Chili? What if Lava Scorpion took was other Chili? What if? I mean, unless Chili's got 2 Twitch accounts. That's just silly.
Well, they did just add the renaming feature yesterday, I think.
Oh, really? Oh, well, that's not fun. I'm gonna go with the canon that Chili has just been taken over by Lava Scorpion, and that's now a new Chili in his place.
I'm kind of disappointed that he didn't do something like Cyborg Lalafell Chili.
Or Bizarro Chili and gave him a goatee. You like Bizarro Chili best. Hey, Chili, we need you to grow a goatee stat, please. We need Bizarro Chili. That just needs to happen. All right, man. We're sorry, guys. Thank you for being patient with us while we started the show a little late. Show was running late, and I wanted he rebuilt his computer, and then Discord tricked me because I was like, "Shin, I can't hear you." I thought all the audio settings. What the hell? And he was like, "Nope, just Discord changed all my stuff." I was about to punch screens over here. Anyway, we're doing a giveaway for our YouTube channel, so if you haven't gone over there and followed us on YouTube. Once we hit 100, you get a choice of the mount you want off the Mog Station store. That's your choice. That's from us to you. You can get Fat Moogle mount. You can get any of them. Anything you want. Just one of them. You can't say, I want one of each. That doesn't work that way. You only get one. But your choice, so that's not too bad. So once we reach 100, we'll randomly pull whoever, and you'll get a mount. So it's a free mount for clicking subscribe, and that's not too hard of a thing to do. Bigger news, this is more of a community thing. It sucks I have to talk about this. Bums me out a little bit. There is a very popular Reddit page post made about a longtime SE supporter, Final Fantasy 14 player, community lead person, did a lot of community events, and a content creator as well. And they had their account permabanned based on the way Square Enix handles credit cards. The credit card company and I want to get this right.
It was almost permabanned. It hasn't been permabanned yet.
Banned yet,
but there's a risk of it happening.
There's a risk. Permaban going on a month and a half now, right?
Yeah, something around that.
I mean, I think pretty much loss of house. I think they bought their own house and everything like that. So loss of house has already taken place. Missing out on scripture, running content, story. That's all. That sucks. It really does suck. Been hung up on customer service twice. This is all due to a credit card company coming back for the charges coming back as fraudulent, I believe. And this sucks. And there, if you've not gone to that thread, there are people saying I'm quitting Square Final Fantasy because of this. I am not gonna play anymore. This is the last time Square Enix will get my money. I'm gonna switch to game cards instead of using my credit card. I worked in customer service for 4 years. I did collections for another 4 years. This is such bullshit, and I want Square Enix to fix this. I want them to make it right. This is not great customers. It's not customer centric. It's not customer friendly. I understand you have to protect yourselves as a company. I understand you have to protect your player base and us as the other customers from fraudulent credit card attacks, and people may be spending and stealing from you, the company, stealing from us. I get it. That I understand. But to not have a repeal system in place for bans, to not have something in place for, okay, well, this is a first time infraction, or we need something from your credit card company stating the problem. We'll take a fax and we'll get it worked out. Don't worry. I don't get that. That I don't understand. And Square Enix,
the other side of it too, it wasn't actually the fault of the player. It's the way that the MOG station's set up is when you purchase an item, apparently you have to buy each item individually. And apart from that being a horrible, horrible model, and they have other stores set up that are not like that, it looks like if you go and try to buy a whole bunch of items out of the same thing, it looks like a bunch of transactions that are effectively duplicate, which good part on the credit card company. If you happen to see two charges come in, one of them's probably fake. In this case, it wasn't, but both sides are not playing nicely. Both the credit card company is refusing to actually believe that they're both there, and the Square Enix is also refusing to do anything.
Yeah, and Rubicon in chat stating that I'm blaming the credit card company for not flagging for verification and reaching out to the cardholder. I agree with that as well. I think there's a lot more cogs in this, but I think that Square Enix also has to do something on their side. Not only I understand they have to protect themselves, but they should have something in place that says, all right, you're allowed to appeal a ban. Other MMOs, much bigger and much smaller, have that in place. That is not something new. Rift has it in place. Tryon has that in place. Blizzard has that in place. Daybreak Games, former SOE, has that in place with EverQuest. That is things in place. Much smaller communities, much smaller game base, they have that in place because they know stuff like this happens. Anything with a store has that in place because credit card companies make mistakes, people are infallible, shit gets stolen from other people. Like, they understand that happens, but the appeal system is in place. Step up. Make that change. I mean, that's a simple request coming from other companies. That is a simple fucking request. I love you. Don't get me wrong. I spent, not you shit. Emily, you're great. You too, listeners / audience. I love you too. But Square Enix, I also love you. I went to FanFest. I had a fantastic time. Met Foxconn. I met some other devs. I talked to the community members. But I'm going to call you on your bullshit. And this is bullshit. And you could do better. And I don't see why you can't. I don't see why that cannot be changed. I don't care. Like, for instance, I'm fighting Comcast down here in Florida because they put a cap on my internet. Now, if you don't know, I stream. I upload podcasts, I download games, I hit that cap, and it sucks. And I'm fighting them, and I'm telling them they're going to lose me as a customer because it's not customer centric. And same thing goes for you, Square Enix. This is not customer centric. You have to. I understand you need to protect yourselves, but at the same time, you really need to think about me, Shin, people on Reddit that are now stating that this happened to them, that will no longer play your game because their account, their history, people get attached to their characters. Like, to take that away from them, it sucks.
The other side of it too is like, this has happened many times in the past, as we're kind of seeing through those Reddit comments. And now that it's actually hit someone who's part of the Reddit community, who's the Final Fantasy community, who knows a few more people, who has put a post up on Reddit, who's reached out to a whole bunch of people, who's tried all these different things. It's also not necessarily great when suddenly all of the community comes together and is now at the same time, we're all telling Square, hey, something's not right. It's going to have to force the company to respond. And if they don't, it's going to look really, really bad at this point. Checking last I saw, it was the top thread and has been for a bit on the subreddit. I know we've mentioned it on ours. I've seen a few retweets and a few mentions of it in Twitter so far. And it's only been up there for only a few hours, I think, now at this point. So we'll keep reaching out and keep trying our best to spread the word, and hopefully we can get some resolution on this.
Yeah, and to that player, I contacted them. We Shin and I know them from FanFest, and like I said, they're a content creator. And that's the first thing I did was like, hey, I'm gonna talk about this on the show. I left their name out of it, but Square, come on, bro, what's going on? What's going on? Like, I talk praises of your game and I talk praises about your company, but this needs to change. This is something that you really need to take a hard look at. I said this for a long time. Mog Station is not user friendly, and it's not. It's just not. It's a step up from Play Online, because I try using fucking that bonfire. But I feel for the player, because it sucks. It just sucks. At the end of the day, not being able to log in and play bites, because I know a lot of people come and play online games, regardless of it's Final Fantasy or Warcraft or whatever it is. They play online games to escape sometimes the real world. Sometimes you have a shitty day, and the best thing is logging in, playing your character, and playing with your friends. And when the company takes that away from you, it is such bullshit. And when it's out of your hands and it's not your fault. So, Square Enix, I expect more from you, and I want you to do better. I still care about you, and I'm still excited for Stormblood, but this just needs to change. And I hope the community outreach, the people on Twitter tweeting at you, I hope this reaches somebody and say, you know what, this does need to change. And I hope that change comes quick. That's all I can say. Man, it's rough. Man,
Follow that up.
I don't know how I'm gonna follow that up. Well, we got Stormblood trailer lyrics. I can't. Well, I don't know. I don't even want to read the lyrics in. I'm making you do it. I'm sorry. These were at the very tail end where we saw Doma, by the way. Sorry, I apologize to our listeners. I'm sorry that's such a shitty transition, and I'm sorry that is not normally our high energy shit comedy that we do here. But when something like that hits home, I'm gonna be the guy that reps for our community and our players. So anyway, we have Stormblood trailer lyrics.
So yeah, Stormblood lyrics.
So we did get those lyrics out. So what they're saying is, storm of blood born from blood of our fallen brothers, born upon our hands, cradled in our arms, swelling in our hearts. Raise your weary head, heed the call to arms ringing in your heart. Loyalty, unity, liberty. To me, this means, well, at least the end, this is very much a chance to a call of arms for uprising and retaliation and a fight back. So those lyrics are strong indication of really what we're going to be experiencing in the next expansion, which is liberation of both Alamigo and Doma. Very little lyrics. Still excited to hear what we get from Uematsu and Susan Calloway. I want to hear that song. So nice little tidbit there. Not a whole lot, but it is something just a little bit extra that we got from the trailer. Just trying to squeeze it.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I'd say, just to clarify as well, these are the Japanese lyrics translated into English. They're not the English lyrics.
I did not translate.
Also not the lyrics from the official Stormblood music that we heard at the European Fan Fest.
Mm-hmm. Don't look at me. I didn't translate it. It would have not been that, I'll tell you that much.
I don't want to know what you would have translated it as.
It wouldn't have been good. It just wouldn't have been good. The Final Fantasy 14 fan kit updated. I put this in here because when Shin showed me his lock screen, Shin's like, "Hey, dude, check out my lock screen." It's like the red mage. I'm like, "Dude, that's dope. I want a samurai. Where'd you get that?" He's like, "Fan kit." Went over the fan kit page. It's not even on the fan kit page. I'm like, what? Apparently they have a different link for a different fan kit page with the Stormblood stuff. And
I was on the European site.
Is that where you were?
Yeah.
US
they got it released earlier than we did, I think.
Oh man, they got all the cool shit first. Chili and Paul got all the cool stuff. So yeah, now my background screen, which I'm gonna show, is a samurai. You guys can kind of see that without. It's reflective as all shit. I'm sorry. That's
not my lock screen.
It's great.
There we go.
Yeah, show everybody your phone number. Let's get.
I mean, you could have seen all my lovely apps.
Yeah,
most of them are for work.
Are they? Yeah. Well, I was say, let's give out our phone numbers and let's see what weird shit we get. No, please not. Let's never do that. I thought like that would have been really funny. Let's give out our phone numbers. And I'm like 2 seconds in, I was like, ugh, no. This would be a constant stream of dick pics.
You know this community better now.
Just be so many dick pics. I don't want to tell people about this because I want to win it, but
I told you about it, and I told everyone about it. So we at least have to tell everyone else now that it's been a couple weeks.
All right. It's been a couple. We had a head start on it. All right. So Corsair is giving away a fat Chocobo PC. And if you've not seen this thing, it's so dope. It's so cool. Let me open this up and give you the.
I linked it in chat for those who are watching live.
I'm lazy. I'll click that link you posted. Ron Lee Christensen. Yeah, Ron Lee Christensen. Modder took the Graphite Series 380T mini ITX case and turned it into a fat Chocobo. And it is glorious beyond words. It is so fantastic. It'll suck later when you have to upgrade that thing, but for I don't know, in the next 3 to 4 years, 5 years maybe, that thing's gonna rock and look great on your desk. And it's small. It's nice mini. I looked up the case itself, like get the size comparison. That's a nice like desk computer. Like it's a cube essentially, just a cube. So it fits nicely. Mini ITX size, so it fits one card. I'm a little
disappointed that they only have the lettuce one. They don't have the cake.
I would have loved cake.
I feel like they need to have that upgrade when you can put the cake in front and the PC actually takes off.
The PC just goes away. Just disappears from you. It's not good, buddy.
How do you upgrade it to flying?
Oh no. It's a sweet build. PC wise, it is a nice piece of kit. So if you're looking for an upgrade, if you need a new PC,
or you just need more Fat Chocobo in your life.
Yeah, so I can give you a rundown of the PC specs. It includes an Intel Core i7 7700, a Gigabit Z170 motherboard. It comes with the Corsair H100i V2 cooling, Corsair Vengeance 16 gigs of LED white RAM. It's just a bunch of LEDs in this thing. Corsair Force LE 240 gig storage. It comes with a 970 G1 gaming graphics card. It's interesting that they went with the 970 when the 1060 mini could have fit in this thing, or 1070 mini could have fit in this thing. It comes with the Corsair Graphite 380T, power supply, fans are RGB 3-pack, and Corsair Commander Mini. I'm not sure what that means. That is, but dope case, pretty great setup. If you're playing anything on that thing, it's gonna run smooth, just right out the gate. So Final Fantasy, any high-end current games, if you're big into shooting as well as Final Fantasy, so if you're playing Battlefield 1, that thing's gonna kill it, so don't even worry about that. So if you're in needs, take your chance, win a Fat Chocobo. I entered anyway. What? Shin, Shin, I don't know why it's gray in there, buddy. I don't know. I don't know. I know nobody. Yeah, he's show note. Listen, there's another show. There's a separate show, and it's called Show Notes. That's in a show that nobody hears or sees. It's just for Shin and I. There's this show. Oh god, there's this show, and then there's Show Note Show, and almost sometimes Show Note Show may be funnier than the main show. Oh fuck, I don't know anymore, dude. Let's talk about Live Letter in Frankfurt.
I have one thing to say before we enter into our main talking points, though, which I was trying to type before the gray took over.
Okay.
Before we get into our main talking point, we do have to mention one final thing, and that's praise Lava Scorpion.
I hate you. Let's go. I hate you so much. Let's just keep moving. I don't like lava. I want that as a thing on the soundboard so everybody knows Lava Scorpion. Wait, say that one more time for me. Just say praise Lava Scorpion.
Don't you have the recording of it already?
No, just say praise Lava Scorpion. Why won't you say it?
We've already praised him. We must wait until the end of the show before praising him again.
Praise who?
We cannot overpraise him.
Who are we praising?
I don't know, but I really want a sound clip of Chili squealing in joy.
What does that sound like?
I don't know, but we'll find out.
Does it sound like that?
Nah, he plays a Lalafell, so I'm pretty sure it'd be a lot more high-pitched.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, he plays a what?
A Lalafell?
No, God! No, God, please, no!
We really need to get some more of the Portal 2 sound clips for Potatoes.
All right, good. Yes! All the potatoes.
I will praise your soundboard if we start getting those.
I will work on that.
Awesome.
Yeah, we'll fix
Anyways, speaking of Frankfurt.
Speaking of Frankfurt.
I got nothing, I'm sorry.
How did we go? All right. This is the silliest fucking episode. First question. What happened? We were like dead serious in the beginning, and then it just cranked up the silly. First question. All right, by the way, so you didn't know, the live letter started off with questions and answers. And Shin, how do you want to play this? Do you want to give the answers, or do you want to read the questions? I'll read the questions. You can give the answers. I like when you read Yoshi P answers. I love reading questions.
Glad we sorted that out.
Perfect. So I will do this in the key of nerd from FanFest, because some of these are just glorious winners. By the way, if you listen to this and you're one of these people that ask the questions and I make fun of you, no, I do this out of love. First question. Are there more character creation customization options planned for the expansion? How hard would they be to implement? That's you.
All right, I guess our answer.
That's you, buddy.
I can just summarize up and say no, but there are no plans for new options currently. There is a large burden on the graphics team, and it creates a lot of data for the servers to handle, so much that it could cause stress. Do you guys really want that butt slider, though? If the textures being a bit stretched isn't a problem, we could do it, but it's probably too difficult to adjust all of the armor around the bigger butts. There is a large demand for this, though, so we'll talk to the graphics programmer about it. TLDR, I like big butts, and he can't lie, they can't do it yet, but
yeah, I'm all about Stormblood liberating the butt. Liberate the booty. Hashtag Maelstrom Radio, liberate the booty. That's it. We got it. Johnny Falcon. Listen, Maelstrom Radio.
A Pyro Zone too.
Yeah, listen, we're Johnny Falcon. By the way, someone asked Mr. Happy on asking questions to Mr. Happy Monday about that Falcon, and I'm like, I think that motherfucker listens to us, because they asked us, like, wouldn't that be cool if that was one of the ninja moves? I'm like, you motherfucker, you listen to Maelstrom Radio, don't you, you cheeky bitch? I know when we get people that listen to us because we ask stupid things and then they go and spread that off to the community. So Johnny Falcon is making his way across the community, just letting you know. What happened? I should not speak anymore. Will there be an increase in the number of outdoor furnishing slots? You asked this last week. Well,
I didn't. I mistook information that we had.
Yeah.
But the answer is still the same as last week. There's only plans for indoor. Sorry.
The answer's still no. Computer says no.
The answer's still no.
We're railing. Listen, I think you and I do a better job at answering community questions. I think that they should have us come out and take questions from the crowd and answer them.
I don't know. It's pretty entertaining when you get Koji Hawks up and Yoshi P up and doing back and forth.
It makes, it's probably a lot better than. I don't want to put that poll up on our site, like which is a better combo, you and me, or Koji and Yoshi, because I don't.
Oh, I would even vote against us.
I don't think we'd win. Oh, are there any plans to improve controlling pets? What's so funny, buddy?
I love this answer. You're the masters. You control your pets.
We're Beastmasters.
As someone who hates pet classes, exactly. You control the pets. I don't control the pets. It's all up to you.
I maybe listen. I could be just dating myself, or I just watch a lot of crazy movies from the 80s. But did you ever watch Beastmaster?
No, I don't believe so.
No? All right. A ferret killed a guy. Just saying. A ferret sacrifice.
If it makes you feel any better, I did have I think it was a demon hunter spec in Diablo 3 that used lots of pets.
Was one of them?
My ferrets killed people too.
Did you have ferrets? Did demon hunters get ferrets in that game?
They do. I don't know if they actually do anything, but they did collect more gold for me.
Welcome to I don't know anymore. Tristram Radio. Stay a while and listen.
There you go.
There we go. Quick, grab that Twitter before someone takes it. Would we ever get a theater rhythm in Gold Saucer?
Yoshi's got a really good answer here. So you think it's that easy? We could possibly do this, but the machines in arcades cost real money. So maybe people should buy coins from the mod station to play. Yeah, then maybe we'd get permission from the producers of Theater Rhythm. No, but really, we'll see what we can do.
I appreciate it.
It would be kind of interesting, I think, to get a game like that or in that style in the Golden Saucer. Like most of the games that we have right now are a bit lackluster. There's a few that are kind of interesting, but for the most part, you go and you do your dailies, you leave, you shut off the music before you go insane.
You know, normal stuff. That's the real game of Golden Saucer, is how long you can stand the music. That's really the goal. Any plans to remove the restrictions on haircuts?
I do agree with this answer. Some hairstyles they want to keep race specific as part of racial identity. However, others will be unlocked in other races eventually. As for separating different layers of clothing for glamour, this is currently impossible. A way around this would be create a new ID for. Wait, what? This is a different question, I think.
Hold on. No, it's not here. Please.
I didn't get to proofread our show notes today, so I'm just going off of whatever Flatus threw together.
Don't. Way to throw Flatus under the bus.
So I'm not quite sure what question this is answering, but as for separate layers of clothing for glamour, currently it's impossible. They can only do a single layer. A way around this would be create new IDs for underwear so that it could be worn at the same time as armor, and then both could be shown at the same time.
All right, no, that I think it's the same question. He just answered it as a. I think he added more to the answer than what the question asked.
Well, one's about the restriction on the haircuts, and the other one's about actual glamours. But there might be more to that question than
all right, listen. All right. I knew a lot here, and I fucked up the show notes shit. All right? I'm sorry. I got it. All right. I'm over it. All right, so something glamour. Listen, something about underwear. Could be worn at the same time as armor so that both can be shown. So I think somebody wants to wear their underwear on the outside of their armor. I think that's what that. Listen, I'm just gonna say that's what that is. Somebody wants to wear their underwear on the outside of their armor. So
no, Chili wants special underwear.
Oh, what? I want lava scorpion underwear, a smiley face on the front and a tail on the. That's not where the tail goes, buddy.
Does it spew lava everywhere?
I don't know anymore. Chili's waiting for the underwear in Stormblood. He's just sitting in his chair with his little Lalafell legs kicking back and forth.
Yes! 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 Yes!
He sounded a little bit too enthusiastic about that.
He was. It's Chili. I don't know if you know this, but Chili does a great American accent. When he starts chanting yes, it comes off strong. It's a strong yes. I promise not to use it anymore. I promise not to touch any more buttons back here. I promise. I don't promise, but I may promise. Should I read that next question? How about this? You read the question, I'll read it. We'll switch it up.
All right. Will it ever be possible to repeat solo instance trials from the main story or job quests?
All right, I got a great idea. Make a new character.
Ooh.
Oh. All right. In actuality, this would be difficult as these instances are directly tied to quest markers. Well, actually, if we create a list of completed instances, we might be able to add something like this. It would take quite some time and debugging, but it's possible.
You know, this reads very much like a lot of answers I've gotten from other engineers, and including myself. You know, we can't really do this. Oh, wait, maybe we can do this. If we just switch this around.
That's why I like having you read the answers. Because I'm the dummy asking the stupid questions.
Am I still continuing on to the questions?
Nah, I'll let you do the questions some more. We'll switch it up.
So the difficulty of the game was declined after Gordius Savage. Extreme Primals and Dungeons are all much easier than the 2.x series. Are there any plans to incorporate more content that has a higher difficulty?
I was really kind of hoping you were going to say sausage. Because I would have cut that out of the show.
Where is sausage in there?
I don't know, but I thought you were going to screw up somehow. I was like, come on, screw up and say sausage. Because I really wanted you to say Gordius Sausage.
What, so you can make a final coil joke?
I don't. No, but now I want to. I remember when people said. Episode 26 has just gone off the fucking rails. Look, I'm renaming the episode. What happened? Next week, I have plans to invite some people over for an episode. So we have 2 people. Yeah, one of them may be in chat currently. Hickory Farm, Rubicon Vale in chat. Hickory Farm Savage.
I don't know about Hickory Farms, but Pepperidge Farms remembers.
Yeah, remembers Gordius sauce. I remember when people said Final Coil was too easy, so we made Alexander, and they complained it was too difficult. So I trust no one. He trusts
Best
nobody.
decision.
Yeah, it's exactly the best decision. Content difficulty is something we talk about constantly in developing new content. We also get a lot of feedback that the creator was a lot easier than the first 2 tiers. We believe that the creator is the perfect difficulty for the entire community, keeping it in reach for most players. That being said, for Omega, we want to make sure that it's the same level of accessibility. The current plan as development team is to take players who can clear the final Savage tier in Omega, can access an even harder content difficulty. Just don't come whining that it's too hard. Real quick, can we pause? Can I put a pin in that? We can come back to that later, but I haven't thought about that.
Stasis?
Yes. Yeah. Because that's a thought, and I want to share that thought with everybody. But we'll roll through these questions. Because honestly, there's not a lot of like patch nodiness. Am I missing some? Can we have in-game part? All right, there it is. All right, no, wait, fucked up. Yeah, there we go. When will Kryle's outfit on the be on the mock stage? That one.
Yeah, so switching again. Do people want that? Well, the person who runs the Mog Station says Kryle's outfit in particular is super difficult. So they need to sell a lot for them to be for it to be worth implementing. There we go. I can English. So if you all buy it, we'll make it. Just
don't buy more than one, or else you get fucking kicked out of the game. Pot shots. That's what you get. You get pot shots. Will future Hildebrand quests once again feature trials?
Very good question. Back in the 2.x series, we went a bit overboard on some of his quests. For 3.x, we wanted to take a break from implementing more quests. However, we got so much feedback that we ended up implementing him anyways. For the 4x series, we then wanted to let him rest, but once again, you all asked for more Hildebrand quests, so they'll be coming.
Sorry, I typed in, or I was like, holy shit, I have a shamrock shaped to my left. I typed at it. I was like, I forgot about my shake.
How can you forget about the mint chocolatey goodness?
I don't. It's right here next to my hand too. Listen, a lot's going on. Can we please have an in-game parser to show personal DPS built into the game so that even PS4 players could use it? Question mark. Can we have it? Can we? Can we?
I'm not quite sure how this answer is because I 100% that you only want to see your own DPS isn't an actual sentence.
I think it's I 100% no. Listen, I typed this pretty quick.
Yeah. So he understands that we don't need to see others, just your own. Then other people will demand that other people link their DPS. Then there's going to be fights. They also know that people do use third-party software, and it's only a matter of time before someone just retools it and makes it even stronger full-party parser. And we know that there are third-party tools that are frowned upon by Square that you can use to look at your DPS, other people's DPS. You can use the Stone Sky C dummies and the timings on there to get a rough estimate how you're doing. I think it does make sense that they kind of just know.
By show of hands, who here raided Warcraft during times of Lich King? Who here remembers you need to link your DPS meter in chat so we know what DPS you are, so you before you can even join our pickup group. Like, oh, and this was like, hey, know the fights, cool. do this, have this gear score, cool. Oh, also make sure you can hit this DPS check that we are saying is needed by the group. Some of it, by the way, was unobtainable by certain classes. Certain classes just didn't have that makeup. So, I for one don't want a personal DPS. Not that I'm saying, listen, I tank, so I give two shits. As long as I keep the evil bad things away from my team, and my healer is healing me. Even I let Shin take me down to 100 HP because I trust him. So that he can implement both using his DPS and his mana, as long as we have a bard that can refill him up. Listen,
as long as I can keep pulling hate off of my tank and pissing him off. Go White Mage.
Yeah, that's not me. All right, Tyler.
So he kind of went on further to say that they have no plans right now, but that's not to say that they won't do it ever. They knew that there was a larger gap between good and poor DPS in 3.x, and they're going to try to lower that in 4x. They might be implementing a sort of system that allows you to attempt a certain something and then retry it if you don't do it right. But he said too much, and he can't say much else with this. So they don't think what they want to do has ever been done in an MMO before. So yeah, sounds exciting again.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it sounds great. Are you working on, and this is a legitimate question, are you working on a PS4 Pro patch? That's a legit question. That's actually a great question. It's a simple answer.
It is a very simple answer. Yes. It's going to be a bit different from single player games. So for them, the focus is going to be on displaying as many things on the screen at the same time as possible. They'd rather focus their efforts there toward the Pro patch as opposed to improving some of the quality for graphics and such to just give it a more consistent experience. PS4 users without the Pro, don't worry, they aren't going to be ignoring them either and in favoring the Pro. They are going to make stuff with both of them in mind, but on the Pro, you might just get to see a little bit more.
I have a question for anybody in chat or anybody listening. If you want to write it into us at show@maelstromradio.com. What FPS does the PS4 run Final Fantasy 14 at? I'm just curious because is it at 60 FPS? Like if it is, cool. That's kind of, it's not, right? It's lower. Like what we talk 90, what do we talk about? Like 900p at 50?
90 is higher than 60.
It's wait, PlayStation 4 pushes it higher than 60 FPS?
No, yeah, it as Chili said, it's 60 frames, but it drops with big crowds.
It drops. So all right. So it's at 60, but it drops. So I'm gonna say anywhere between 40 to 60 FPS, depending on size of party and everything, at 1080p. All right. So I would expect the Pro patch to be a little bit better, but also allow more on screen. So it may go up. Probably not worth the money if you're just playing Final Fantasy 14 on your PS4. Probably not worth the switch over to the Pro, but
unless you really want to.
Yeah, that's, well, it's your jam, I guess. Can we choose to keep flowers in the garden pots as opposed to harvesting them? They're so pretty in pots. So pretty.
Short answer, yes. It's either going to happen tonight or when the other 3.5 patch launches.
Yeah, so tomorrow you can get pot. No?
I don't know, is it in the patch notes? I haven't read the patch notes for tonight yet.
It's down there. Hold on. Well, actually, I take that back.
We'll get there soon.
That's not the patch notes. I take that back. Listen. 20. Don't write notes to me. I'm going to read them. I'm going to read them. Stop it. Can we choose to oh no, wait. Would you oh god. Would you ever consider adding umbrellas to the game as vanity items such as minions? Umbrella minions. Umbrella minions?
So, you remember the person who runs the Mog station? She said there are plans to make one. But they want to make it as a flying mount. Like Mary Poppins.
Yes! Listen, I'm not saying I need an umbrella flying mount, but
a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down?
I know. I just want my umbrella to come out. Like, I want there to be two umbrellas. I want the Mary Poppins one, but I also want one. Hear me out. I want like a spy one that when I take it out, I stand on like a little stick off to the side, like the little hoop. Like my foot goes there, and then the top of the umbrella spins like a helicopter, and I just fly away. I want that. Make that happen. Can I? No. Too much.
That sounds actually kind of awesome.
Right? It does sound a little cool. I need a brown umbrella and a trench coat. That is a reference to Doctor Who. I'm gonna say that's right. There have been talks about this for a long time, making mount its best option in terms of memory, though, so that's most likely the solution. Should it fly straight or spin? Wait.
Straight.
Yeah, straight. I want that. I want the
Adamant Toys is too crazy going around.
I want the thing to spin. I don't want to spin. I want the top to spin like a helicopter or like a whirly.
That's fine.
Can it be like a little like? Oh, never mind. That's too much. I'm going too deep. Going too deep.
You need the hat.
Yeah. Never. Don't let us design crap. Are we ever going to? Well, you can. I can't. Are we ever going to get Palace of the Dead in the cross server Party Finder? Can we ever send a tell to someone in the cross server Party Finder?
They're currently working on adding Palace of the Dead to the cross server Party Finder. They did run into problems in development, but it's being worked on. Cross world Party Finder for Alliance raids is closer to completion and will hopefully be available for.
Yeah.
I'm not a Final Fantasy player. Ivalice?
Ivalice.
Yeah.
You got it, buddy.
As for the crossover tell questions, crossover friends list, link shells, free companies, and tells are all currently in development for crossover functionality. Tells is actually scheduled for sooner than link shells and FC, so please look forward to it. The day that this launches, Maelstrom Radio, Garuda Gang is going to be having a crossover FC.
Yeah. That is definitely
a time.
Yep. Oh, I've been talking to our friends. Like, side note, Behemoth friends. Shh. Oh, whispers. Yeah, our Behemoth friends. I'm just saying they don't have any. Listen, if you're on Behemoth and you're listening to this, you're not allowed to find these people because they're ours now. We've marked them as our own. No,
I don't want to know how we marked them, but okay.
It's Musk.
Surprisingly, not the most disturbing thing I've heard today.
I don't want to know. So patch 3.5. You know what releases tomorrow, though? Not Gordia sausage, but patch 3.
And not Musk.
Yeah, patch 3.55a content. Yeah, it's Maelstrom Musk. 60% of the time it works every time. I need that clip. That's the clip I need.
So we are getting the official final Anima quest, I think.
It is. It's the official final Anima quest. It's just a victory lap.
Thank the 12.
You know what'd be fucked up, though? The victory lap is like, you gotta get one of each thing. Just one of each thing. One oil, one umbrate.
Victory lap. Give us lore.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's just lore. Just give us 2,000 lore. Just 2,000.
2,000 lore, yeah.
Okay, yes.
Nope, sorry, done.
This victory lap does make the Anima weapon 275. This is the highest rated weapon in game, which is great. That's fantastic, and as it should be, because anyone doing this damn quest deserves that weapon. Just saying. Tomorrow we will see Zloe, and I'm still hope I'm saying that right. Zloe Alipo, custom deliveries. This is content for gatherers and crafters. This character has her own story, and we'll learn a lot about other NPCs and characters through these quests. You can create things for NPCs, and they'll have appropriate. Eventually, we'd like to update it to have NPCs wear stuff you make for them. That's kind of cool. I dig that. I'm not a crafter. I am technically.
I'm not really a big crafter or a gatherer here, but I am looking forward to the Proto Ultima battle that's coming out.
Yes. So Proto Ultima. So if you were at any of the Final Fantasy Fan Fest, you got a chance to embark and play Proto Ultima. Shin and I and one of our SC mates were out there, and we sat down, and we were sat down in front of PlayStations and given keyboards and mice, and we had no idea because our bars weren't set up correctly. But we killed them
most of the time.
I was alive. You died. But it wasn't great. Like, I'm excited because one, Proto Ultima should be tuned to be tougher. We don't know how he unlocks, or like that's kind of a mystery. I'm not sure if it's something that happens in the world. Like it's a time-based thing where you can only queue for certain parts of the day, or something on the server needs to happen for it to unlock permanently. We're not sure yet. I could be wrong. If somebody knows that now, please tell me now in chat, I guess. Shin, what have we been doing a lot lately besides gathering lore and umbrates?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure that gathering lore has just been my entire world for the past long time.
But we've also been doing something else, something that you were like, I don't like.
We have also been sacrificing our bodies over and over and over again to the unforgiving gods as.
I love that I broke you mid-sentence.
Give you that one. Speaking of sausage, we've been killing ourselves in the feast.
This show got real silly real quick at the end.
It's wrapped up. Been about that the whole show.
Perfect. Good. This episode's a treat. This is a treat. We got a new feast map. This one is taking place in Gridania, or out in the Shroud. So I'm excited. I'm excited for this one. The idea of that map looks really cool. It's flat, but there's a lot of walls, so there's a lot of line of sight stuff that we're gonna be able to do. I think that's gonna change up how you attack the other team, and then also how you strategize your team, because you should be able to get some, like your bars and stuff around the walls, being able to take pot shots and attacks and then tuck themselves away before they can get hit themselves. So that would be really interesting to see how that's kind of affect the ebb and flow of the gameplay. Let's see, and there's going to be Sun Death, new items. Sun Death, I think that may be if there's a more of a lock in points, like as we get closer to the end of the map and no one's actually got a clear win. I think they may have changed the timing, and then closer to the end, if there's not a clear winner, there may be a sudden death, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it kind of sounds interesting that we have sudden death, especially considering we're adding Gridania, and they're very much known for sudden death.
Kapow! I don't need a drum roll. I don't need a thing. I don't need it. All right, new items and adjustments, and of course, season 3 ends with and season 4 preseason begins. Shin, I'll ask now. You want to do feast season maybe? So we maybe this season was a mount.
We need a full pre-made of 4, don't we, for that?
We can get one. I know a guy that's gotten some free time, maybe changing his job. Currently leveling.
Okay, that's 3.
I might be able to get us a 4th. I can get us a 4th. Listen, I know peeps. I know some people.
I'd actually prefer trying to do an 8v8, but I would attempt a 4v4.
If we can do an 8v8.
We don't have the people for an 8v8. We've tried this.
we'll make it happen. All right, additional updates. Buffs to Sophia and Zervon mount drops. That's cool. I'm down for that.
More burbs.
That just means Shin has higher chances of getting burps before anyone else. I didn't tell.
No, it means you'll have a chance of getting your bird after I have mine. I'll get mine on the second or third run. You know that.
Love you. Garo gear will be re-obtainable via Calamity Salvager, which is just nice. Because some people just don't have space and delete crap. Credo Gale at 100 in chat. How about that Sephiroth and Nidhogg birdie drop? Yeah, how about that? So Abe's and High Summer attire available for redemption. We'll be able to pick out our clothes tomorrow. Good. So tomorrow everyone's gonna be dressed like Titus from Final Fantasy X and doing stupid laughs out in the middle of Idleshire. I'm calling it now. I don't fret. You're gonna see a bunch of Yunas and you're gonna see a bunch of people looking like Titus, and they're all gonna be like in chat going ha 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 ha, ha. And I'm gonna be like, this is my hell. This is my living hell. And then I'm gonna fly over to Matoya's cave because I know no one's ever there. I'm just gonna hang out with Matoya and be grumpy as crap. Me, Matoya, and the Froggos are just gonna hang out. Yeah, Yuna and Meg Ryan are gonna do that rom-com. It's, you know, you got Moogle Mail. That's what it's called.
We should just stick to our anime.
Yeah, no. All right. There's one person out there that laughed, and it's probably my mom. So, exploratory.
Paul's mom.
Yeah, actually,
she listens. Actually,
she does listen to us. Well, she listens to his show, and she really likes us. So she actually may subscribe to our show too. She's like, I like them enough to subscribe. Thanks, Paul's mom, wherever you are. Klaus in chat. Meg Ryan laughed. It's all she can do nowadays. Exploratory missions had a major bug and they couldn't fix it in time to be released with patch 3.55a. So the goal is to have Diadem in patch 3.55b, hopefully at the latest mid-March. Specifically, the bug happened in the raid inside the Diadem. Another apology. I said Garo Gear will be available with MGP in 3.55. I meant to say 3.56, but it's coming. So all those people wondering where the hell the Garo Gear was, 3.56, which makes sense. You kind of want to pace it out a little bit. Although I think enough people have already gotten their Garo Gear from PvP. But, I mean, you want the dialable one. The dialable one's in PvP. I don't know why you'd want just the flat, straight color one from, you know.
So another interesting thing there is we have 3.55a, which we know is dropping tonight. 3.55b, which is scheduled to come out, I believe, in March. And then there is a 3.56 still coming as well. It's going to come, I'm guessing, between April and June. But it'll probably be dropping sometime in April is my guess. Or sorry, April and May.
Yes. Would be my
There
guess.
is a month between April and June, just
There
for
is.
those who are also confused.
Yep. And so we know patch 3.56 is the ending of the 3X main story. Many more small patches in between now and 4.0. And if you run out of stuff to do, just make more animal weapons. Unless... Well, we'll find out tomorrow if there is a nerf. Now, we've not seen it in these notes, and I didn't pull the actual patch notes. So if there is a nerf to the damn Umbrite section, if somebody in chat knows what that nerf is, please tell me, because we heard that it was half the cost. So instead of it being 300 lore, it was 150, and that means you get 12 Umbrite per 2,000 lore, which is fantastic. That's actually a really good. That's double, you know, you can get that done pretty quick. So, you know, that's where I'm at. Shin, real quick, going back up to Omega Content Hard. So when they said beating the Savage, the ending Savage, so you cleared all the Savages and you're like, you unlock that newest hard difficulty. I wanted to ask you about that. Is getting the justification of running something that's harder good enough, like oh, we did it, we just did it? Or would you think there needs to be some sort of gear or some sort of item that comes from that is, look at this, look at the thing I got because I ran the hardest thing in this game? Do you think that needs to be a thing?
So specifically in relation to Omega, like Omega, he's mentioned that they're trying to have the same sort of level of accessibility to the whole player base as some of the existing stuff. So this isn't Savage level stuff. This is probably closer to the current Alliance raids, where you can still go in with a group of people that you've never met and who may or may not agree with this things going on in chat, but you can probably clear the entire zone. And in that sense, he's mentioning that if you can actually clear through the final Savage tier, sorry, he is talking Savage here, in Omega, then it's kind of, I guess, acting as a key or a gate for harder content. I think that makes sense, because then your harder content can have that gear that would be kind of your status symbol, your, oh, look what I killed. And having, like, Omega is effectively acting as a gateway at this point. And if that's all that it is, then that makes a lot of sense, I think. Like, there's no real achievement in getting a key. It's what happens when you open the door and look inside. Don't open Pandora's box.
Exactly. So, go ahead.
There's only 4 days left.
Until what?
That was kind of disappointing one.
It was. It's the weakest snap I heard yet.
Wow, I can't snap today.
No, you broke it. You broke your snapper. Let's get. So yeah, I agree with Shin. People in chat are saying titles. I'm not, when I say this, please don't take offense. But if I run the hardest content in this game and you give me a fucking title, I'm kicking something over.
So Omega's not the hardest content either. I think Omega is just going to be content that's gating the harder content based on that comment. So if you give me a title for completing Omega, I'd be fine with that. But it sounds like Omega's gating the next hardest tier.
Okay. I gotcha.
Particularly in this.
The way that it's stated, the way that it's stated currently. That being said, Omega, we want to make sure that it has some level of accessibility. The current plan and development team is that the players who can clear the final Savage tier in Omega can access even harder content.
Right. So if you can clear the final Savage tier, then you can access even harder things.
Okay, so this is something beyond Omega. So it's Omega. Omega's our story, but there's going to be this tier of content that is separate from Omega, or within Omega, but still not story related, but something that's harder that we can go achieve. Are you telling me that this is the fabled, like, this doesn't have any story attached to it, but it's completely extra stuff that's harder, the hardest stuff in the game, and we can go do it, and there'll be gear that is the best gear in the game, and then we can sit in the middle of town and be, look at us in all of our glory? Is that what you're saying?
Maybe.
I want it. I want Omega sausage.
You know, if you complete Omega sausage, you get to go back to the binding coil.
Oh, all right. Well, Shane, you got any final thoughts for this? Whatever this was.
I have no more final thoughts on that. we will leave it with the final binding coil of sausage.
All right. Let's see. My closing thoughts are: Square Enix, please fix your store. Fix how you handle that business. Not for me, not for Shin, but for the other players who've been affected that have not played your game or will not come back to your game because they can't, because they lost their characters, their houses. It's not fair to them. It's just not. You can do a lot better than that. And I expect that from you. I just do. I want to thank everybody that came out today to hang out with us and chat. And I don't always do this, but when I do, I want to thank Afro Samurai 76, Braden 472, Flow 5, Here Come Dat Boy, That's a great name. Game Thorbreaker, Credo Gale 100, Klaus, FFXIV, Priestley Fodica, Real Chili, Remix Sakura, Rubicon Vale, Shin Potato, and Zach47. Thank you all so much for joining us here on twitch.tv/Maelstrom Radio. Shin, you wanna go ahead and whore us out shamelessly?
All right, you can find us live on Twitch every week on Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific. You can also please go and subscribe. Check us out. We're on iTunes, Google Play Music, and Stitcher. If you don't use any of those, we also have an RSS feed that you can subscribe to on our website, which is at http www.maelstromradio.com. If you would like to say anything to us, if you want to yell at us, if you want to contact us, if you want to say hello, whatever, you can always send us an email to show@maelstromradio.com. You can find us on Twitter at maelstrom_radio, on Facebook at facebook.com/maelstromradio, no underscore. And of course, always here on Twitch, twitch.tv/maelstromradio.
Thank you so much, buddy. All right. So, start playing that lovely piece of bit. Thank you all so much for coming out. Shin, they can't hear you now. I muted you. I muted you. You can hear the thing, buddy. You mad at me? You gonna say goodbye? You want to say goodbye? A little bit. All right, hold on. Go ahead, say goodbye. I hate you. You suck so much. Thank you all so much, and until sea swallows all, keep listening.
I'll hail up, Scorpion.
Maelstrom Radio is a production of MaelstromRadio.com and Blackfire Media Productions. Final Fantasy XIV and Eorzea are trademarks of Square Enix. Opening theme provided by Benjamin Anthony James. You can find more of their music over at soundcloud.com/Ben773. Our outro is provided by Sodo. You can find more of their music over at soundcloud.com/Sodo. Views and opinions expressed on this episode are those of Maelstrom Radio and their host, and do not reflect the views and opinions of Square Enix. And until sea swallows all, keep listening.
All hail Lava Scorpion.